What's your never meet your heroes story? I was 8 when I found Shadow Mercy at a bus stop. The cover was ripped and the pages smelled like cigarette smoke, but I didn't care. It was about this hero who saved kids from bad foster homes. I was living in my 3rd shelter that year. That comic felt like it was written for me. The guy who made it, Everett Kane, became my hero. I drew his characters on everything. Napkins, homework, the back of cereal boxes. My counselor said it was my way of coping. Maybe. But it also made me want to draw my own stories. By the time I was 21, I'd filled like 30 notebooks with characters and plots. I worked at a grocery store stocking shelves at night so I could draw during the day. My mom thought I was wasting my time, but I didn't care. Then I saw that Everett Kane was coming to a Comic-Con 2 hours away. Not a big one, just a local thing at a hotel convention center. He was doing signings and portfolio reviews. I saved $300 from my paychecks to get a review slot. I practiced what I'd say for weeks. The day came and I drove there in my beat-up Honda with a folder of my best work. The line for Everett's table wrapped around the whole room. I waited 2.5 hours. My hands were sweating so bad the folder got damp. When I finally got to the front, Everett barely looked up. He was older than I expected, wearing a faded band shirt and these expensive-looking glasses. I told him I'd been a fan since I was a kid, that Shadow Mercy saved me. He nodded like he'd heard it 1,000 times. Then I opened my portfolio. He flipped through maybe 5 pages. Didn't say anything, just kept flipping. Then he closed it and slid it back to me. "You're still learning," he said. "Try again in 5 years." That was it. No advice, no encouragement, just a dismissal. I stood there like an idiot for a second, then mumbled thanks and walked away. I cried in my car for 20 minutes before driving home, but I didn't quit. I kept drawing, got better, started posting my work online. A year later, Shadow Mercy released a new arc called The Orphan Rage. I bought the first issue at midnight. When I opened it, my stomach dropped. There was a character named Ash, a kid with scars on his hands who drew to escape his group home. The exact same character I'd shown Everett. Same scars, same backstory, even the same pose I'd drawn him in. At first I thought maybe it was a coincidence, but then I saw the dialogue. One line was word for word what I'd written in my sample pages. They tried to bury us. They didn't know we were seeds. That was mine. I wrote that when I was 17. I emailed Everett's publisher. No response. I posted about it online. People called me delusional, said I was just mad my stuff wasn't good enough. Someone even said I probably copied him and forgot. That messed me up for a while. I stopped posting, stopped drawing as much, worked more shifts at the store, tried to convince myself I'd imagined the whole thing, but I knew I hadn't. 3 years went by. I got hired by a tiny indie publisher to do some cover work. Nothing fancy, but it was my first real gig. The writer I worked with, Jenny, was cool. We grabbed coffee one day and she mentioned she used to assist Everett Kane. I almost choked on my drink. I asked her what he was like. She got quiet, then said, "Honestly, kind of a thief." She told me Everett would take ideas from portfolio reviews and fan submissions all the time. She'd seen him do it. She even quit over it. Then she said something that made my blood stop. He used to brag about it in emails, called it free research. I asked if she still had any of those emails. She did. She sent them to me that night. In one, Everett literally wrote, "Why pay for writers when fans hand me gold for free?" My character, Ash, was mentioned by name. Jenny apologized for not saying something sooner. She thought no one would believe her. I didn't sue. Didn't have the money for that. Instead, I made my own comic. Called it Mercy Unmasked. It was about a creator who stole from kids who looked up to him. I poured everything into it. Published it online for free. It went viral in like 2 weeks. People started digging into Everett. Found other artists he'd done this to. His reputation tanked fast. When Everett's lawyer sent me a cease and desist, my lawyer, who'd offered to work for free after reading my comic, was already waiting. We countersued. Everett settled quietly. No admission of guilt, but he had to pay me and 3 other artists. His new projects got canceled. Last I heard, he's barely working.